Hello, marketers. Do you ever wish you could personalize every single touch point of your customer journey without having to write 10 different versions of every email or landing page? Well, you're in luck. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT and HubSpot to create persona-specific content fast and automatically deliver it to the right people. As marketers, I'm sure we all know that personalization drives better engagement. But creating custom content for every persona or industry, that can be really exhausting. A lot of companies do one of two things. They either go super generic and have content that isn't personalized, or you can get super creepy with it and you can say things like, hey, we saw you just visited 12 other pages on your site. We thought you'd like this page too. We definitely don't want to go there. With HubSpot and AI, we can personalize ethically and efficiency without adding a ton of hours to your day. So let's look at how we can do that. So let's start by creating some content variations that we can use on our landing page using ChatGPT. HubSpot's tools are also really helpful, but I have some prompts prepared that I know work really well with ChatGPT, so we're going to start there. First one that I have prepared is a prompt to write a short landing page intro, essentially for B2B automation, email automation, and we want to target marketing directors in the SaaS industry who are going to be visiting this landing page. We want the tone to be helpful and efficient, and then we want to make sure the message highlights something around time saving, and let's keep it under 100 words so it's easy to digest, right? So we're going to see what ChatGPT spits out for us here. And so ChatGPT said, streamline your campaigns, win back your time, say goodbye to manual email workflows and missed opportunities. Our smart automation platform helps SaaS marketing teams launch, track, and optimize campaigns effortlessly. So you can focus on strategy and not spreadsheets. Really, really great opening sentence here for a landing page. Let's just see if it can add a statistic to that opening. It's okay if we go up to 200 characters. I just don't want it to have to try and squeeze that into 100, what did I say? Words, 100 words. Let's actually change that too. Just so that it doesn't have to try and squeeze that in there. Perfect. So it added in marketing teams lose up to 30% of their time each week on repetitive tasks. So I think that is a really telling sign for somebody who is a marketing director. If you can save your team 30% of their time, one, they're probably going to be happy, and two, you can be more profitable, right? So this is really going to speak to a person in a marketing director role. The second prompt that I have ready is for somebody not in the SaaS industry. So it's the same prompt, but I changed it to target an operations manager in the packaging industry. I want the tone to be trustworthy and practical. And that's because for them, I wanted to focus on lead generation through automation, right? So let's see what ChatGPT gives us here in 100 words or less. Then we're going to do the same additional prompt where we're going to ask it for a little bit more information. Great. So it says, automate outreach, drive more leads without adding work. Finding new business shouldn't slow you down or slow your operations down. Our email automation platform helps packaging companies generate consistent, qualified leads with minimal effort. Love that. And then, you know what? Let's just do the same thing. Let's add a statistic because that seems to be a really good marketing language. Let's see what it gives us if we ask it to add a statistic. Perfect. So now it says packaging operations are busy enough, and yet 68% of B2B buyers prefer digital outreach over cold calls. It's really, really telling statistic there. So now that we have a couple of opening paragraphs, let's take a look at how we can put these to work in HubSpot without having to create multiple versions of a landing page. Next, let's take a look on how to deploy these different types of copy on a landing page for, let's say, an email campaign. So I created a test landing page here with my meeting link. Now, my goal is going to be to have this copy right here be our smart content so that it will change based off of the persona that is currently viewing the page. So let's talk about how we set that up. So we're going to click on the edit module button here. Now, this is just a rich text module. So one thing that you're going to want to do is when you open this up on the left here, you're going to see smart rules. And by default, it's going to ask you to add some. I had already clicked that, but you'll see smart rules and it'll say add smart rules, and you just click that and you can start your process. Now, we don't have anything in here fully yet, but we are going to work on setting that up. So let's go to manage. And then we need to set up our two different rules that we are going to have for options here. Now, again, you could have up to 10 different options here, so that, again, 10 different personas, 10 different types of people coming to your website. You can show 10 different versions of the copy. So for our purpose, we're going to start with our SaaS and industrial packaging. So what I did here is, well, first of all, let's back up one step. There's a few different ways that you can filter and set up these smart rules. One is by ad source, so based off of the campaign they come in, which is really great if you're targeting different products or different services. You can ensure that the message on the landing page is different for each one. If you want to put all of your contacts in a list based off of different types of persona or industry queries, you can do that, and you can target these lists. You can do it by lifecycle stage. So if you want to talk to a marketing qualified lead differently than a sales qualified lead, you can definitely do that. You can do it by country, by device type, a referral source, a preferred language, or a query parameter. So for this exercise, we're going to do list memberships because I've already gone in and created a couple sample lists. So the first one that we're going to do is we are going to add in our SaaS prospects list, because that is one of the personas that we want to target with this campaign. And then the other one we are going to set up is our industrial prospects. So now this will give us two different options for content. So we're going to save this. And then, so what we can see that changed over here is, well, one, it's going to update just real quickly. So you can see two things have changed. One, we're previewing smart content as SaaS prospects right now. So if you're working on this page and you don't have this open, you can see what you're working on. You can also see what you're editing for. So let me grab those prompts that we created with ChatGPT so that we can see this in real time. Perfect. There's that one. So now if anybody in the SaaS prospects list lands here, they're going to see our streamline your campaigns and win back your time. Marketing team loses 30% of their time each week on repetitive tasks. We walked through that already, right? Now we want to set up our industrial properties copy. So let's do that. Perfect. Now we have our industrial prospects. So the other thing to note here is that you also have default. So let's just say somebody perchance finds this page and they aren't on a list. We want to make sure we have some copy that kind of speaks to everybody, just in case, somebody falls off of a list, or maybe they get forwarded the landing page, things along those lines. But of course, we are only going to be sending out to SaaS prospects and industrial prospects. So as long as this is in a good spot, then we should be good. So again, we can see our SaaS prospect copy. And then if we were to view it as an industrial prospect, we can kind of see how we change that there. Everything else on the page is the same. Our company logo, our meeting times, everything down here, which I didn't do any editing on. But we could also, pull out separate reviews or testimonials based off of, other people in the SaaS industry or other people in industrial industries. So there's a lot of options we can do with the smart content. This is just one small example of that. And now that you've seen a little bit about how smart content works, I would encourage you to pick 2, maybe 3 of your most important personas and test out smart content on them. See how it works and refine from there. Once you've tested it a little bit and you see that it's working, feel free to, add more personas, segment in different ways, and just see what really works well for your target ICPs. One other reminder, this is only going to work if you have clean data. So I always recommend double check that your CRM properties like industry, persona, or whatever you're going to segment by are accurate. Otherwise, all the smart rules aren't going to work, and you're not going to be able to push out those unique pieces of content based on your segmentation. And then always my favorite reminder when it comes to AI, make sure you treat ChatGPT like a creative sidekick, not your copywriter. It's here to help speed up things, but you'll still want to give it direction and make sure the content that it does produce feels on brand and will resonate with your target personas. And now I'm curious, go down in the comments and let me know what your favorite persona to target is based off of what you currently have. I'd also love to know if you have some creative names that you've come up with for your unique personas at your company. If you have questions about smart content, ChatGPT, HubSpot's AI tools, or anything along those lines, feel free to reach out to Evenbound. We're more than happy to answer your questions and help.